the art of becoming again. In the whirlwind of our days, where success is measured by doing and existence seems justified only through constant production, we live in a state of spiritual restlessness. We believe we are what we build, what we achieve, what we accumulate in that frantic rhythm of creating and creating again. But Parashat Vayakhel, which marks the closing of this second book of the Torah, opens with a warning that shakes our false identity. Before laying a single brick in the sanctuary, before melting the gold or weaving the fabrics, Moses stops the people. The message is sharp. 6 days' work shall be done, but the seventh shall be holy. This is not an administrative or bureaucratic command. It is a lifeboat for our soul, which is drowning in its own unceasing activity. The Mishnah in the tractate Shabbat 7.2 codifies the 39 melachot, creative labors, that define our capacity to transform the world. The tragic mistake of our generation is believing that in this constant process of change is where we truly reside, when in reality, in that state of perpetual agitation, we are nothing. We are merely gears of our own ambition. By commanding us to stop, the Torah tells us, stop for your own good, for your life, for your family, for yourself. Shabbat is a reminder that you are not your work, not your projects, not the image you project through production. The moment you stop your creative labors, when you cease intervening in matter, that is when you truly begin to be. Only in that voluntary emptiness, in that renunciation of control, does the artificial self collapse, so that the authentic soul can breathe and encounter the eternal. This disconnection between doing and being is what the Gemara in tractate Shabbat 99a illustrates with the mystery of the women who spun the goat's hair while the animals were still alive. If our spiritually is not capable of entering that living animal, that is our suffocating routine. If we do not know how to weave divine presence into the midst of movement, we will end up exhausted and empty. The encounter with the Creator does not open when we finally finish our tasks, but in the conscious decision to elevate the material we hold in our hands, our passions, our haste, and consecrate them. As Bezalel taught in the Gemara in Berachot 55a, wisdom is not knowing how to build buildings, but knowing how to combine the letters of our daily reality so that they reveal a meaning that transcends mere physical effort. The flow of this reflection leads us to understand that the sanctuary was not built so that God would have a house, but so that we would have a mirror in which to see ourselves without the masks of success. Rashi reminds us that the copper mirrors of the women became the basis of the bronze basing. Our own image, so often distorted by the haste and vanity of constant doing, must be washed in the stillness of Shabbat. Just as the acacia wood planks stood upright miraculously on their own, you will discover that when you dare to stop, life does not stop. Rather, it begins to sustain you. It is not you who carries the weight of the world. It's the light of the eternal that keeps you standing when you stop struggling against time. Today we cry out to the eternal that this teaching of Torah may be the emergency brake our souls needs in order to remember its origin. May it be that when we release the hammer of our worries, we find the face of our family, the beating of our own heart, and the gaze of the Creator who awaits us in the silence. As we close this book of Shemot, the book of the Exodus from slavery to freedom, may we understand that the final freedom is not merely leaving Egypt, but leaving the prison of perpetual doing. As we conclude this stage of spiritual construction, we stand with the strength of an entire people who have learned to dwell in their own light, and we say once again, Chazak, Chazak, Venit Chazek. Be strong, and let us strengthen one another. Shabbat Shalom Umevorach.